concept, I got two principles on taxes. It's actually a lot of information. I got two principles. Taxes need to be broad-based, so everybody pays their fair share. That's the equitable part. Taxes need to be as equitable as possible. Okay. The second part, then, the second part of the first principle, if you're broad-based, then your goal should be to keep the rates as low as possible. Okay, that's equitable. But then my other principle is we need to shift from taxing capital and income to tax services consumption. The reason I say that is when you tax, this is where me and Zach are really going to disagree. When we tax capital and income, we're taking money out, we're taking dollars away to government that could be stayed in individuals and entrepreneurs' hands, small businesses, that they can build their businesses and grow the economy and create jobs. Okay. And then now I really like the fair tax concept, because if you have a fair tax, that does exactly what I said. It shifts to services and consumption. And the neat thing about that is, and I think there's going to be enough people elected to Congress that we're going to start talking about this, because I'm going to talk about it. I know Huckabee, has been talking about it. But you think about it, several things happen if you went to a fair tax thing. First of all, you eliminate all the other taxes at the federal level: self-employment, income, capital gains, estate, all. Okay, withholding, the whole match. You bring in at least $2 trillion of the economy that's not now paying taxes. The underground economy, because they got to buy services, so they pay taxes. When you do that, the other thing that happens is you lower the cost of products that you have to buy, because you just took out a main cost component. The cost of taxes that the companies, businesses pay, and also the cost of compliance. So you take that out. So you pick up $2 trillion of the economy, you lower the cost of products, and then plus individuals get to kind of direct their own deal, And so from a business standpoint, from a number standpoint, fair tax concepts makes a lot of sense, okay? Politically, I think here's the problem. Government likes to use the current system to control and modify our behavior. And without, if you go to the fair tax, they're out of the picture. And so that would be a revolution, I think. But and the third thing, think about this. If you're no longer taxing capital, okay, can you imagine all the money that would be freed up for investment and the capital that would flow into this country because it wouldn't be taxed? I think you would see the economy just blast off. I think it'd be really exciting. I think it would provide a lot more opportunities. And now, also in the fair tax concept, so everybody understands it, the proposal is a 23% sales tax, okay? But they do have what they call a prebate, okay? Meaning where everybody in the country, doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates or somebody in the lower income scale, will get either money every month back, or how you set up a tax credit. So the idea is you have to have spend so much to live, okay? And so that helps offset that high 23% rate, okay? So that really does help the lower income people, because they're not going to be paying it really. And so it's not a regressive tax on lower income people with the prebate system.
I don't know if that's going to be necessarily true. I was just reading a study how lower income people put more emphasis on anything to do with entertainment. So a lot of your lower income people have their 60-inch TV in their house and stuff like
I'm talking about the necessities of life.
Right.
I mean, I don't want
but
to.
But them, that isn't a lot in that.
Well,
I was just reading.
I'm not going to disagree that TV's not a necessity now, but I don't know if a 60-inch plasma.
I don't even have cable right now.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I mean, there's something.
I do have a 50-inch LCD TV, but no cable.
But anyways.
It was bought in better
I
times.
think we don't want to have a system that puts a burden on the lower income people.
I absolutely agree.
And I think that it's gonna be set up where it won't do
But
that.
it's gonna be their choice to put that burden on themselves.
Well, yeah, that's right, it's their
And
choice.
that, me, I'm fine.
But if this mechanism, and I'm convinced it would, help really take the economy, makes the economy just take off, they'll have more opportunities, there'll be more jobs. And there's a lot, and, you know, like I said, back to my opening remarks, this is about wealth redistribution, or wealth creation, job killing, or job creation. And the policies coming out of Washington now are the wrong side, they're killing jobs. I mean, even CBO and the president himself says, well, the cap and tax is gonna cost us many jobs. You know, in Spain, I saw a report when they went to this kind of system. Obviously they created some new jobs in some new sectors, but the overall net loss of jobs was 2.2 net lost jobs. See, and then the 18th congressional district here, we would lose a tremendous amount of jobs. I think it kills me, the cap and tax bill they passed, there's provision in there, I guess, if you pay, if you lose your job because of cap and tax, the government will pay you $1,700 to help you move. Well, I got news for you, you go down in some areas here in this 18th congressional district, that's not gonna be their big problem, they lose their job because their house just became worthless. Who's gonna buy their house if there's no jobs? So, and I'm really excited about some things that we can really do on the energy sector. There are some really exciting things going on. I brought a project to the RDC up here in Worcester. This is kind of neat thing, this is constituent work again. I just thought about this. About 4 or 5 years ago now, I had a local constituent in Ashland, Steve Ashland, retired executive from the Goodyear Tire Company. Him and 2 or 3 other retired executives put this company together, and they knew about over in Uzbekistan, which is former part of the Soviet Union, the republic now. They have a plant over there that grows in the wild that produces natural rubber. And during World War II, the Soviet Union was cultivating that plant because their rubber supply, because synthetic rubber wasn't around then, but their natural rubber supply was cut off because of the Japanese. And so when the war ended, you know, the wall went up, the Cold War and everything, and then, you know, that all stopped. And when the wall came down, the Cold War ended, these guys knew about this, and they went over to Uzbekistan, they got some federal AID money, and they went over and worked with the government of Uzbekistan, and they got the rights to some of the plant material. And they were working over here with, I think at the time it was Washington, Oregon State, for some reason way out there. And they each put in about $100,000 themselves, so they had, you know, a small little company, but they were really spinning their wheels because they couldn't get anybody, you know, interested. And so they came and talked to me for 2 reasons. I was a state representative in my farm background, being past president of Farm Bureau. And so they shared with me their business plan and the whole thing. And I said to them, you know, I think this makes a lot of sense. I bought into it right away. And people that were brought to me, these past, one guy was head of research and development for Goodyear Tire Company. These are top-notch people. And so I went to Ohio State, Bobby Mosier, the vice president of the Ag. I went to Farm Bureau. I went to Steve Slack, the director of ARDC, and told him about this and got involved. And now, 5 years later, it is one of the top 1 or 2. There's several big projects at the RDC in Worcester. This is one of them. They've got plants growing in greenhouses. They got on the fields. They've got a partnership now with Bridgestone, Firestone, I guess, and Cooper Tire. I think Goodyear's involved now too. They've gotten some what do you call it money? Venture capital money now. And there's a lab. I think it's the Goodyear lab, or it's one of the labs in Africa, it's not Goodyear, that's testing the final product, and the molecular chemistry of all that stuff is exceeding what they had hoped. So it's good quality natural rubber. And the exciting thing about it is too, when you extract the latex from the roots, the fluid stream that's left is ready to ferment for ethanol. So it's going to be a real cost-effective. So it's going to be a new crop for agriculture. There'll be processing plants, jobs, and then ethanol. So that's one area that's exciting about